sea wind likes to get.
We just wanted to thank everyone for coming. Thanks, Buck, for being here. We wanted to thank everyone for being here. All of our favorite people, our family, our best friends, all in the same room to celebrate us. It feels incredible.
It does.
I'll be the backboard, something that's serious. I'll keep it casual. And girl, that's fine with me. But baby, don't even call me. Only when you feel.
No, thank you guys so much. I know this was a destination, but we're so excited to have you guys here, and we hope you are loving Mexico City. And
If you only think of me like a homie, don't say those 3 words, 'cause it just might end up falling. Baby, watch your mouth around me.
and then I think we're gonna kick off speeches, right? Okay. Cool. My dad, Patrick McDonough.
So I'm glad you all showed up for the celebration of love. Dylan and Megan are here, the stars of the show. So they'll be getting the Oscar for the best romantic comedy or romantic movie. They're the only 2 nominees. I just want to make sure I name some people, and then I'll be out of here. It's great that Jeb is here, and Martha, and Mark, and Madge, Grandma. We have 4 generations of people here celebrating this, from Madge down to Boas and Coco. 2 families, 3 families, whatever it took to get us to there. And I just want to read something quick. You know, I heard somebody, I can't remember who wrote it really, but I heard somebody talk about one time. And you know, when Megan was born, I was driving, we were living in Northeast Vermont, and I was driving to the hospital, and we could see the northern lights. It was like such a wonderful experience, right? And calming. And we get there, and Megan was breech. So she's been twisted right from the beginning. It's your chance to try to straighten her out. But anyway, I read this thing, I saw this thing one time, and I can't remember who it's from, but this guy said that our children come through us, not for us. And Dylan and Megan, they came through us for each other, not for us, for each other. So anyway, that's why we're here this week, to celebrate them finding each other and loving each other so that they can have children come through them and continue the circle of love and life. Anyway, I love you, Megan. And since Megan loves Dylan so much, I guess I love him too. But I will be keeping an eye on you. I know where you live. That's it. Thank you.
So I've had the honor of having Dylan as one of my closest friends for every phase of my adult life. We met in college and stayed close through the years, facilitated largely by touring bands, Jazz Fest, and an ever-growing circle of hippies that we seem to just carry around us. I'd love to say that we've come a long way from college, but we really haven't. We're still dressing up in sequins and chasing bands from venue to venue. And that's a skill that Megan has also perfected over her life, so you fit in perfectly with us. And while I've only known Megan for 2 years, she talks so fucking fast that we've made up for all the lost time. And I swear we've exchanged more words in the last 2 years than Dylan and I have since 2010, so yeah. And through those discussions, the sober, the slurred, the heartfelt, and the honest, we formed our own friendship, and it's one that I love and I hold just as dear. And getting to watch the 2 of you together has been such a gift. You each support each other so naturally, you love deeply, and you genuinely bring out the best in one another, which is saying something, because you both are the kind of people who just make every bright situation brighter just by being there. So here's to the next chapter, to the love, the music, the adventures, and the memories to come. And I can't wait to witness it all. And like Martha taught me, I'll always hold a spot for you at the rail, and I hope you do the same for me.
That was a great speech. Anyways, follow this one. I met Dylan through my sister Mara at Tulane. We've been to countless shows together, too many jazz fests to count, and developed the kind of closeness you can only achieve after being covered in the other person's vomit. That happened. From Dylan's aggressively ugly sunglasses to somehow ending up in my mom's birthing robe. You really had to be there. We've made some truly beautiful memories that I'll forever cherish. I met Megan through our mutual friend, Marissa, who became quick best friends in LA. When Megan came to spend a month back in New York, Marissa sent us a text that said something along the lines of, "Oh my God, you guys have to meet up while Megan's in New York City. You'll be obsessed with each other." We were both like, yeah, I don't need to meet some random girl. After several failed attempts to grab a drink, we both begrudgingly committed to a plan, and we instantly hit it off. We ended up going to a bunch of shows over her remaining time in town. Marissa was right, and apparently it is possible to make new friends as middle-aged women. Honestly, I can't believe I didn't see Meg and Dylan coming. They're basically the same person in the best possible ways. Endlessly loving and kind, obsessed with music and always down for a show, and both surrounded by incredibly close, loving families. I'm so happy these two found each other and are building such a beautiful life together with Mo. I'll forever be a little jealous that Megan gets Martha as a mother-in-law, but I'll get over it. Welcome, yeah, you got it. Welcome to the official Jazz Fest crew, Meg. Cheers to Dylan and Meg.
Hi, everyone. For those who don't know us, I'm Jamie.
I'm Kara.
I'm Katie.
Sorry. And we are Megan's friends from Croton. First, thank you, Megan and Dylan, for getting us all in the same room and for giving us a reason to visit Mexico City. We are so excited to be here celebrating you, too. We have all been friends with Megan since we were little, and somehow through every stage of life, we've stayed incredibly close. Our group, or as we proudly call ourselves, the Dimes, share a really special bond. But beyond that, Megan herself is an incredibly special person to all of us. Her huge heart, quick wit, humor, loyalty, and passion are just a few of the things that make Meg who she is.
When we look at our group of friends, not just the ones up here, but everyone from Croton, we all bring something different to the table. We all have unique interests and personalities, but when you put us together, kind of like pieces to a puzzle, we all just make sense. When I think about Megan's piece of the puzzle, everything ties back to her heart and how big her heart is, how deeply she loves, and how far she would go for her friends. We see this in the things she does every day, from her deep love for dogs, including all of the depressing Instagram posts she posts about foster dogs, her motivation to try and make the world a better place for everyone through politics, and the fact that she treats everyone she met like a best friend that she's known for years.
So when Meg moved to LA, not much changed. We stayed in close contact. Group chats and visits to various cities kept us, various cities and big moments kept us constant. We welcomed big life changes, marriages, and babies side by side. Meg was always our biggest supporter, and that's because of, again, her really big heart. We were deeply invested, and maybe too much, arguably too much, in who she was dating. And we wanted to make sure that she was dating the right guy. And at times that was kind of edging her away from people that we knew it wasn't it, and telling her what to look for. But when she told us about Dylan, we were 10 toes down for Dylan. We were like, lock this down, babe. So on like maybe their second date, we were like, marry him. And she was like, absolutely, for sure. So with that being said, Dylan, we are so incredibly happy that you're the missing puzzle piece to Megan's life. And we want to welcome you to our big, crazy Croton family. So please raise your glass and help us cheers to the soon-to-be newlyweds.
When Dylan called me 2 weeks ago to ask me to give a toast at his wedding, I was like, oh God, what do I talk about? We've been friends for 15 years now, but most of our memorable stories are mainly Dylan telling me don't do that. You're an idiot. I'm not going to do that. But if you do that, I want to watch. So I thought maybe I could talk about how kind and caring Dylan was, and how when I met Meg, I could tell she was his kindred spirit, but that's too sappy. I thought maybe I could talk about how Dylan and Meg met at a happy hour, their love of music, and they immediately went to a music festival afterwards. But I figured that'd probably be in someone else's speech. It was a great time. I highly recommend it. And afterwards, we got tacos from a street cart right in front of a well-lit convenience store a couple blocks away. While we were enjoying our tacos, a pair of armed gunmen ran up on us, snatched the cell phone out of my friend's hands, and pointed revolvers at us, and were saying, "Biletas, teléfonos." And, I don't speak Spanish, but like Dylan, but I knew what they wanted. So I'm sitting there like, oh, God, all right, this is going to suck. Yeah. I started reaching for it, and Dylan just looks at him and goes, "No." So I was like, all right, we'll see how this turns out. And they slapped the taco out of Dylan's hands, and he just goes, "What the hell? I'm not giving you anything." But by this point, enough of a crowd had gathered that they decided to cut their losses and run away with the cell phone. And to that, I just want to give a toast to the man stupid enough to say no to armed gunmen, and the woman smart enough to say yes to him. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tyler, and this is my wife, Natalia. We're some of Meg and Dylan's nearest and dearest friends from Los Angeles, and we are so happy to be here celebrating with you all today. You choose each other. Nobody got it. Okay. And that's exactly what happened with us and Meg and Dylan.
We met Meg first on the beach in LA, and honestly, it was one of those rare times when you just click with someone immediately. Same sense of humor, same energy. It felt like we'd known her for years.
Then Dylan came along. And he came into the picture through our good friend Danny, who you heard from, Beeper, I should say, as we heard from earlier today. And for a while there, he was firmly in the friend zone. You were. We were not going to say how long, but you were.
But then something shifted, and when they started dating, it just made sense. We were so lucky to have a front row seat to the whole story.
It's true, and we couldn't have been more excited for you both, obviously. The joy on your faces said everything.
And that joy is just who they are as people. If you need any more proof, just look at their dog. Mo is living his absolute best life.
Yeah, for Mo, come on. Where is he? Cheers to Mo. The love they have for that dog, the future kids are going to be very, very well taken care of. Speaking of which, Mason is already campaigning for a best friend. Maybe a girlfriend, maybe a boyfriend. I mean, you never know. Just saying.
When our son Mason came along, they showed up for him in the same way. They're not just good with him, they're genuinely thrilled to be around him every single time. And that tells you everything about who they are as people.
Now, while that is true, there is a very, very ongoing and heated debate, heated rivalry, if you will, about who Mason likes more. Not going to weigh on it. We're going to plead the fifth, but eventually I think he'll decide both of you loves you both equally. Easy enough. Mason already knows how lucky he is to have these two in his life already, though, regardless of who he likes more.
Meg and Dylan, watching you choose each other as friends first and now as partners for life has been one of our favorite things to witness.
So, with that said, we are wishing you a lifetime of concerts, more pups, not too many pups, fostering mostly, and good wine, of course, to go with all of it. That said, we love you.
Please raise a glass to Meg and Dylan.